rid of your sad excuses. No more desperate pleas, turning backs on sorrow. Can't bow to your disease. You wallow in your pity, but we're now standing tall. No more feeling sorry while you've built yourself a wall. Stop pointing fingers, it's a circle of deceit. You've painted your own picture, now feel your own defeat. Broken mirrors show no mercy, they've been cracked for years. We're done with your reflection and your crocodile tears. No more blame, no more shame, we won't feed your game. You played your cards, you took your chance, now live with your own name. Broken dreams and empty cries won't sway us anymore. Pack your bags and walk away, we're locking up the door. You say the world's against you, but look inside yourself. The answers you've been seeking aren't in somebody else. Wake up from your slumber, no more stories that you weave. We're cutting ties with shadows, we're the ones who now believe. Marching forward, power strong, we've seen through all your lies. We're walking on with heads held high and now we finally rise. No more drowning in your sorrow, we can't dive that deep. We're swimming in our future, leaving all the muck you keep. No more blame, no more shame, we won't feed your game. You played your cards, you took your chance, now live with your own name. Broken dreams and empty cries won't sway us anymore. Pack your bags and walk away, we're locking up the door. No more blame, no more shame, we won't feed your game. You played your cards, you took your chance, now live with your own name. Broken dreams and empty cries won't sway us anymore. Pack your bags and walk away, we're locking up the door.
I used to roam those crowded streets where all the ghosts I know, but I'm a torch to every bridge, ain't scared to let them go. I got my past in the rear view mirror, all the voices couldn't be any clearer. They say don't burn bridges, don't you dare. I got dynamite, I just don't care. Blow them up, let the pieces fly. Watch the dust settle underneath the sky. Never look back, keep my head held high. No more tears, I won't cry. They say make amends, learn to forgive. I know what it takes to truly live. Cut the ties and watch me thrive. This is my life, I won't just survive. Blow them up, let the pieces fly. Watch the dust settle underneath the sky. Never look back, keep my head held high. No more tears, I won't cry. They say that time can heal the wounds, but I'm not one to wait. Patience lost in the inferno, burning past debate. Each step away, another layer peeling off my skin. Emerging from the ashes, ready to begin. Memories like shadows, they fade away. Couldn't weigh me down on my brightest day. Goodbye to the old, I'm breaking free. No regrets, this is the new me. Blow them up, let the pieces fly. Watch the dust settle underneath the sky. Never look back, keep my head held high. No more tears, I won't cry. Blow up the bridge. bridges, don't look back. The past is just a memory in gray and black. Keep walking forward, leave the wreckage far behind. I'm setting fire to every bond that tried to hold my mind. Blow up the bridges, don't look back. The past is just a memory in gray and black. Keep walking forward, leave the wreckage far behind. I'm setting fire to every bond that tried to hold my mind. They said I wouldn't make it, they laughed at my dream. Every move I made felt like swimming upstream. But yesterday I met a fan, eyes full of belief. In their gaze I saw the end to my grief.
Doubt didn't win, trust began. Looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heart beats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I saw myself alive. I put in all the hours, climbed out from the dirt. They dissed and dismissed, said I'd always get hurt. Met a fan so loyal, reflections don't lie. My biggest supporter is just me in my mind.
Through the noise and shadows I held my ground. Bumps, bruises, broken, no comfort found. But that fan smile turned my world around. Now I'm rising sky high above the sound.
Doubt didn't win and trust I began. When I looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heart beats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. Cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. Cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully you are all doing well. I hope that for you. I am Tech Coach Ralph. We are Engineer Twin. This is Software Explorations. We are getting back to DevOps. Yes, Sundays are dedicated to DevOps. I have to say, I absolutely love that song. I'm telling you, that might just be my intro song for the entire year, because like right now I'm looking at the screen and I'm looking at myself. I'm like, wow, I am my biggest fan, and you have to be your biggest fan as well. You have to be your biggest fan as well. And it's let me just say this real quick, right? I actually feel awkward when people give me compliments, because myself gets jealous. Like, wait. It's like, what? No, you cannot get compliments from other people because me, am my biggest fan. I'm just crazy like that. But I feel awkward. I feel awkward when I get. I don't like getting compliments. I'm telling you, like, I was like, oh, this. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. I don't know. I'm just weird like that. So, but that's why I love that song. I like, I'm telling you, when I look in the mirror, I'm like, you're awesome. You are awesome. And somebody else tells me they're awesome. I'm like, no. You're awesome. All right. So anyways, welcome to the show. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing weekend, an amazing Sunday. Hopefully everyone is doing well. So today we're going to be working on DevOps. We're going to continue working through Kubernetes. We're going to work on trying to get our connectivity. So we were able to get our microservice to load into Kubernetes last time onto a pod, which is kind of weird. But now the other struggle that we're having is to have it get that connectivity, right? So I don't know. We're gonna mess with it. I really want to get this done before we move on in the DevOps course because, like I said, if you go apply for a DevOps job and you have to do some Kubernetes type stuff and you can't connect the microservices, then why would you get the job? Like it doesn't make sense. So this is important. So we are not going to stop until we figure it out. And I already had to take a shortcut last week that I was not happy about, but it was kind of minor because it was about the registry. We can always make a registry, stuff like that. So it's not a big deal, but I wasn't happy, but I wanted it to work the way that I wanted it to work. But I kind of got bullied. But it's all good. Sometimes the technology bullies you. Sometimes you bully the technology. So it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna jump into our agenda for today real quick, and then we will get to work. So I'm gonna run through the agenda real quick. So first and foremost, I want to say a big thank you to all who have been subscribing to the channel, to all that joined in on the Kali Linux show, or for our penetration testing on Thursday, and those who've watched it post. I really appreciate it that you guys found it valuable, and we're gonna just keep going. This coming, just a quick announcement. This coming Wednesday for our Software Explorations Concept and Overviews premiere, we're going to be talking about the 5 stages of penetration testing and ethical hacking. So you definitely want to tune into that. All right. But I really appreciate all the subscribers, all the new ones that's joining to follow along, and whether it's the large language models, whether it's the ethical hacking, whether it's for DevOps. I really appreciate you tuning in and for subscribing to the channel. And those who have been with me for a very long time, I truly appreciate you all. Whether you are watching, whether you are very active in the cloud or whether you're very active in the chat, whether you leave comments, posts, or whether you watch from the clouds, I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you.
And I just got to give a big salute to my tech barbarians and my tech mercenaries, the YouTube members, as well as the Patreon members, those that I coach one-on-one, and those who are technical explorers, who subscribe, who help the cause, who sign up for exclusive content. I really appreciate you all. You guys are the best.
We the best.
And shout out to the bag chasers out there.
Money.
All right. So let's get into So real quick, I'm going to be releasing the video on Patreon it was a recording of me updating my resume, and we were having a discussion. The people who joined the Google Meet, we were having a discussion about federal job resumes and versus public sector resumes and stuff like that. So I'm going to be uploading it. I'm going to be releasing it probably tomorrow, most likely. So you definitely want to tune in to that. If techcoach.dev, if you are not signed up, you can sign up for free. You get access to our sprint reviews. If you get to any paid tier, you get access to all the videos. Higher tiers, you get one-on-one coaching, whether it's the Tech Prodigy or the Tech Barbarians, whatever it is, it's your choice. But we can work together and we will run it up. All right. Next live show tomorrow morning, is the morning show Coffee and Kata. We are going to be continuing working on our large language model. We're gonna finish off day 1, and then we probably get started onto day 2 and see what that's all about. I'm gonna go through day 2 today and see what's that about and what's the project it is for day 2. see how fast we can get through that. But whether fast or slow, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna get through it because we are learning about large language models. And I'm already thinking about like with the DevOps stuff that we're learning here, how we can apply it to the large language models where maybe we build our own large language model and we deploy it onto Kubernetes, onto Google Cloud Platform or Azure or AWS, whatever. But we can have our own large language models, right? So that's going to be tomorrow morning, and then Tuesday night we're going to have our Q&A. I will schedule that Q&A probably Tuesday morning. And then we also have our pre-recorded content or premieres for our candid conversation. Tomorrow's candid conversation. I'm going to touch on this a little bit more at the end of the show, but tomorrow's candid conversation, I'm going to tell you about someone who really, really, really needed my help last week, right? And how I ignored them. Sorry, but I'm going to tell you about that tomorrow, and I'm going to give you like 2 stories about why I am the way that I am. Whether you consider that to be a bad thing or a good thing. You choose. I want to know from you. I want to know from you in the chat tomorrow or in the comments. Was I right or was I right? I'm just kidding. Was I right or was I wrong? Right? Okay. And then we have, like I said, software explorations on Wednesday. We're going to be going through the 5 stages of penetration testing. And then on Friday, the bug bite, we're going to be talking about how AI and large language models are being used for both good and bad in like cybersecurity, vulnerability patches, and hacking and stuff like that. So going to be all that good stuff throughout the week. We have shorts as well as clips from the Q&A show as well. I'm trying to get out clips from the large language models shows and the ethical hacking show. So I'm trying to get more clips out there, short, bite-sized, digestible pieces, so that you can follow along, stay informed, all of that good stuff. I'm trying to put out the highlights, right? So those are the upcoming shows and all that. And all right, to the very last thing I want to say. The very last thing I want to say before we get started is that the smoker works now. The smoker works now. It was, I had some dark days. I thought that it was over. I changed pretty much all the different pieces of this smoker, and I'm telling you, my heart was heavy because I was like, remember last week? Oh, it's fixed, and then it's not, and then it's fixed, and then so first I had to find a way to get the thing that pushes the pellets through. Had to replace the motor, and then I saw it working. Oh yes, it's fixed. Plug it up, and it's getting hot. And then all of a sudden I got a sensor error. I'm like, what in the world is going on here? And then I'm like, all right, so let me change the sensor. I changed the sensor. And I plugged it up again, and then guess what? So another sensor error. I was like, I'm in a bind, Nate. I was hurt. We had this nice, beautiful, juicy pork shoulder. Get your mind out of the gutter. Pork shoulder just sitting seasoned in the fridge, ready to be smoked. Oh my goodness, it was so beautiful. And my wife was like, you know what? We can just put it in the pressure cooker. I'm like, no, we can't put it in the pressure cooker. We cannot put it in the pressure cooker. I'm like, just one more day. So then so after I changed the sensor, the temperature sensor, still saying sensor. I'm like, what in the world is going on? And then I ended up changing. I'm like, you know what? Let me, one last hope. I changed the panel, like the control board. And was it Friday? I think it was Friday before jiu-jitsu, right? So as soon as I got off work, I ran to the backyard, changed the sensor, or not the sensor, the control panel, plugged it up, and then waited patiently while it was warming up, while I was getting ready, and I'm just watching. And I'm telling you, it felt like an eternity. It felt like an eternity that I was waiting to see if it was going to give me a sensor error, or was it going to be a sensor error? Or was it going to tell me that it was ready to rock and roll and give me the temperature that it was at? My goodness. When I saw it said 215 degrees Fahrenheit that it was ready to go, I was like, what? I was so excited. I'm telling you, I ran around the house doing the smoker dance. It was back, ready to rock and roll. So yesterday morning, we threw on that nice, beautiful, juicy pork shoulder onto the smoker for about, I think we put it on maybe around 9-ish, maybe 8:30-ish, maybe. And then it wasn't done until we didn't take it off until 8 p.m. Maybe a little earlier. I don't know. I fell asleep. But yeah, it was. And then it met the stall at around 148 degrees, and then I put in the thermometer, and it got to 200-ish, and the rest was history. All right. Oh, sorry. Let me snap out of that. Sorry. I'm telling you, I get really, really emotional about my gadgets, especially my cooking devices. If one of my sous vide device, if that was to go down, it would be rough. All right. Anyways, enough of that. That is not why you guys are here for. You guys don't care about the smoker, or maybe you do, but we are here. We are here for DevOps, so we are going to get into DevOps. Let me check the chat real quick. Really quick. All right, we got my guy, Operation Tech Takeover, in the building. OTTO. Good afternoon, my brothers. Good afternoon to you, OTTO. How are you doing today? We got your car in the building, aka Mr. Tech Neek. Please say the dash. Says Ralph wasn't at Bible study today. I'm sorry, Pastor. Couldn't make it. And OTTO says, my brother Ralph at his finest. Thank you so much, OTTO. And let me know how you're doing, OTTO. How are you doing as well? Because every now and then I gotta check in on my homie OTTO. Make sure he's doing well. Make sure he is still on the straight and narrow. Because you know what? I know you'd be getting into some trouble, OTTO. Some good trouble, but some trouble. So just want to make sure. Remember what I told you. Burn those bridges, OTTO. Burn those bridges. And let's go out there and get it. You are your biggest fan, OTTO. I'm your second biggest fan, but you have to be your biggest fan. All right? Shout out to my guy, OTTO. All right, so we are going to jump into this now. All right, so let's go. Let's put up our first 20 minutes on the clock. All right, let's go over to here.
It's time to do.
And I'm going to go over to the terminal, and we are going. So here's the deal, right? First and foremost, yesterday, I don't know what the hell happened with my Docker. It must have started happening maybe on, what day was that? It must have been starting Thursday, Friday-ish, because it crashed, and then I tried to open it again and it said, nope. It says no soup for you, no Docker. I was like, if I can't use Docker, then my life is over, right? That's literally how I felt. And then, so somehow I got it partially running yesterday, and then this morning it was running a little bit better. And then I got the command line stuff because I couldn't even do this yesterday, this morning, right? I did a Docker PS, and I couldn't even do this, right? It was saying no Docker command find. I was like, what in the world? Me and Docker are tight like that. We're besties. Me and Docker are besties. Not besties like me and Mitch are, but we're besties, you know? Everything that I do it through Docker. 99% of the things, right? So I had to figure out a workaround, but we got it working. So we're back, right? We're still able to push through the show yesterday, the Men Lie, Women Lie, Numbers Manipulate show. We reviewed a bunch of economic indicators. But if I couldn't get it working because Kubernetes will not work without Docker, right? So I had to figure out a way this morning and I got it to work. So with that being said, we are going to get started. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start up Minikube. Do you remember the command to start up Minikube? If you guessed Minikube start, then you would be correct. All right, so restarting Docker from Minikube and using image Docker, Kubernetes UI, dashboard, all that good stuff. And if I do Docker PS again, let me clear that out, Docker PS, we will have Minikube up and running. And I'm gonna use this tab right here to start up the tunnel, right? So Minikube tunnel. And we have our starting tunnel for services, UDCFE. Why is the FE up? I don't know. I gotta check that out. But we have that up and we will, let's see. Let me clear that out. Docker PS again. Okay. So what I'm also gonna do, I don't know if I can, maybe I have to do this in another tab, but I'm gonna do one more tab and we're gonna do Docker, not Docker, we're gonna do Minikube dashboard. We can get our dashboard up and running. So we're remembering some of these commands. We are remembering some of these commands. So I'm going to put this over here and let's take a quick look at our dashboard to see what we have going on. All right, let's go over to here. And we have, let me see, deployments, 2 deployments running. The front end is not running. UDC Mongo is running. So let me see, we have 1 failed, which would be the UDC front end. We have replicas to 1 pending. Let's see. So what we ended up doing last time, we were trying to get the backend to start, right? But we ended up just creating a specific pod, right? This one right here. It failed because, I forgot the exact reason that it failed. Let's see if we have any logs in here. So it pulled the image, right? So this dashboard is absolutely amazing, I must say. And it's really cool that it's built in, that we can look at it. So let's see what happens. So the events that happened, so pulling the image, from last week, we ended up pushing the image for the Urban Dictionary of Economic Data to our Docker registry, right? So that way we could just bypass using the local registry. That's something that we probably will revisit later on. But for now, pulling the image from my Docker registry, and let's see what else happened. It said backing off failed restarting container, successfully pulled image, all right, and then created the container, started, and then let me see. Is there any other additional details in there? Let me see. First scene, last scene. All right, let's see. Pod 10 box change. It will be killed and recreated. Back off restarting container. So it doesn't. Let me see if there's any log. I'm looking for some logs to see if we have any logs in here. Let's see. Because I remember it was something about it couldn't. It said that it couldn't. Let's check deployments. No. Pods. Looking for this one, but I don't see the. I don't see the reason. So database connection, Mongo. So we're trying to all right. I remember we were saying, it was saying that something with the database connection, right? Now, so there goes the environment variable for database connection. Now the question is, does this exist in our database? So here, let's do this. We're gonna go like this, right? We're gonna go like this. We're going to do, let me open up, what do you call it? Compass, right? And I'm gonna go to, because what I'm gonna do, just so we can get this working or partially working, and then we can come back to it and do a little bit more. You know, we can always like make it better, but I want to get it to work first, and then we can make it better, right? So I am gonna go to this one. That one doesn't connect. Let's go to this one. What? Hold on. Let's see. Go here. So I don't have it. So Docker start udec dash mongo. All right, so that's started. So now if I go to connect to this one, mongo command host info requires authentication. Let me try the other one then. All right, so there goes this one. What I'm going to do is let's connect to that one as well. So now we're connected to both. We're connected to the one that I have locally with my the one that I have locally with let me disconnect from this one. The one that I have locally on Docker, right? And I want to copy this one, this database into this one, just so like we'll end up creating it later on as well. But I just want to get the data just so we have a one less step to worry about, and then we can work backwards after. You know, so let's do. I wonder if I wish I could just export this whole database. Let me see. What does Compass offer us? Don't see anything yet. So let's do this. Let's go into Urban Dictionary of Economic Data. Let's go into here. We're going to add a database, and we're going to call it Urban Dictionary Economic Data. And I'm going to call the collection dictionaries. All right. Let's create that database. And I am going to do where do I get all of these? Oh, let's do export data. Oh, we're going to do export full collection. Let's do that. We'll do it as JSON. And I'll put it in. Let's do that. Oh, it already, you know, it already exists. So I'll do let's update it because we might have made some changes from the last time we exported. So we'll do today is 01/12/2025. Let's do that. And now let's go in here and let's do add data, import JSON or CSV file. Choose that, and we're going to import. And if we were to go to let's just get something. Get rid of that. Why is there only one in there? Oh, you know what? I probably imported the wrong one. Let me do that import again. So let's do import. Oh, that is the right one. That is the right one. Okay, there we go. 17 documents written. All right, so I wasn't patient enough. That's all. Let's see. How would I get those documents? Fine. Let me see. Oops. So why am I not getting everything? It says it got imported. Let me see. All right, there we go. So we're good to go. So we have all of our data in there. So we don't have to worry about the data. We don't have to worry about everything being in there. So now we should be able to worry about our connecting to the database and to so let's do mini or not cube. What is it? It's cube CTL, and we're going to say get pods. And we have some pods running. So last week we ended up creating a pod individually. So this is for the backend, right? But we weren't able to do it through the deployment or the service because we had trouble setting the environment variable. So what I want to do, I want to take some time to look at how, because I want to do it the right way of creating the services and adding and having that environment variable. I don't want to take shortcuts, to be honest with you. All right. So let's do some research. Okay. Let's go over here and I want to search for adding environment variable to Kubernetes service. All right. All right. So you can set environment variables using the env and env from field in your pod manifest. But what if you're using it through the command line? Let's see. So define environment variables for a container. To add environment variables in Kubernetes service command line, you can use command lines with kubectl set env example. You can also set, all right, so let's take a look at the set env example then. Let me see. So let me do another one. Kubernetes set env example. Or set env. Let's take a look. Set env. So define variables. All right, so let's take a look at that. Define variables for container. Allows you to set environment variables for container specifying a value directly for each variable name that you pass. Where do you set that though? Let me see. So an env from allows you to set environment variables for a container referencing either a config map or a secret. All right, so we're not using that one for now. Let me see. So they're doing it in a, okay, a pods inject. That is weird. We could do that, but I don't want to. Is that the only way? That can't be right. Let me see. Or what if we do, because you can set the port. So Kubernetes deployment with environment variables. How about that? Let me see. So I don't want to have to use the YAML already. Like there should be a way to do it manually. I mean, if not, then we'll do what we have to do, but it seems a bit annoying. See, this is the one that we did last time, and that was to that's the one that we did last time, and that was to just create a specific pod, which is not exactly what I wanted to do. I want to be able to do a deployment and a service, and then be able to pass in the environment variable into that deployment or service, you know. Let me see, because like if you can't pass environment variables, what's the purpose of the whole service and stuff? Like, do you have to create pods over and over and over again all on your own? So I don't know. It's kind of weird. Let me see what this says. Nah, let me see. Kubernetes service with environment variable. Secure AWS. Let me see. Using environment variables for communication. So a service in Kubernetes exposes an application running in your cluster behind a single outward facing endpoint. So if we were to do, we'd have to do this, right? I guess in order to pass that environment. But that's annoying. I refuse to believe that I can't pass an environment variable. Let me see. Let's see. Setting environment variables on services based on. So it looks like you have to create a deployment file. That makes no sense though. I mean, if that's what's going to be, then that's what's going to be. See, everything is talking about this. So that was Kubernetes is designed to have service decoupled from pods. You cannot inject a service or secret or env in a running pod. Okay. So let's try this. So let's see how well our memory serves us. It's going to be kubectl create deployment udec-be for the backend --image equals tech coach Ralph / udec-be :latest. No. Is there any? Let me take a look at the course information for Kubernetes to see when we are creating our when we're creating our deployment, that's fine. You can do the port, you can delete a pod, you can auto scale. Let me see. Create deployment. Describe, sort, dummy image. All right, so here is where they get into the YAML part, which we're not even at that part in the class yet. But that is a bit annoying that I'm not able to pass an environment variable in here. Oh, understanding environment variables created by Kubernetes for services.
Lunch break, lunch break.
Well, there's a section on there, but I don't see anything in the, maybe it's part of the deployment.yaml, which really sucks. Let me take a look at this. I don't even have a deployment.yaml in here. All right. Well, how do we proceed? Because without the Mongo, the application is not going to start. My 20 minutes go up. I didn't hear nothing. What happened to my sound? But I guess it's time for break. For some reason, it did not let me know that it was break time. But we will go to break nonetheless. Let me check my settings. Let me go to full screen. Let me check because I need to have my notifications running. Let me see. Make sure that's working. Let me see. So the first one worked. Did you guys hear lunch break? I didn't hear lunch break. Anyways, we are on break then. All right, so that was the first part. We're trying to figure out how to get this deployment. I might go and venture off and create this deployment.yaml file just so we can, you know, even if we're gonna get more into it later, but I do want to see this work, so we might have to do that. But we'll see. All right, so let me see. It did? Did I totally miss it? I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I am totally losing it. Wow. So thank you, OTTO, because I didn't. You heard it say lunch break? Do I make sure the Bluetooth isn't on? No, it's all right. I believe you, OTTO. I must. How long ago did it say it? How long ago did it say it? I totally blew past that. All right. So let's go and let me check the chat real quick. Let me see what OTTO said, and then I do want to I want to do a little project, right? Not project, but I want to do a little bit of research with you guys, right? Where we're gonna go and look at Glassdoor, and we are going to look at salaries for, or not only salaries, but work information for DevOps, right? So that's gonna be the plan. How much research can I do without logging in? Let me see. All right, anyways, I'll come back to that. Anyways, let me see what LTCO said. He says that just left work, heading home to study. Shout out to that. See, I'm not hearing sounds. Something's not right, because I'm not hearing any sounds. Give me a second. If you can hear it, something, because I know I'm not crazy. All right, I mean, I am, but not in this case. What happened to my sound? Hold on. Somehow I got muted. That's what happened. I must have pressed mute on my. All right, let me try that again. So just left work, heading home to study. Okay, now I thought I was going crazy. Somehow I muted the laptop. All right, so I'm at 75% of the IT course, starting my hands-on portion of the course. A Active Directory, a ticketing system, etc. I'm focused, bro. Shout out to you.
We the best. Let's get it.
And how's the weather up there in Kentucky, OTTO? It must be freezing up there. So hopefully you're staying warm. Let me see. And it said lunch break. Says like right before you made the comment about it not working. I did not. I was muted. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Thanks for letting me know. Cause I'm like, did I miss something? But yeah, it was my laptop that was muted. All right. We're going to go to Glassdoor. Let me see. Can I search without logging in? Let's look for Devops engineer and location. I don't know what location to use. I use Fort Lauderdale. I don't like using Fort Lauderdale though, because sometimes I feel there's not that many of those jobs, but it is what it is. So let's go over and look. Let me put up 5 minutes on the clock. So let's do break one, DevOps data. So I like to research different jobs, I like to look at the pay scale, what you do, what's the for that role, what's the trajectory that you can go in DevOps. So I just want to do a little bit of research because this is a DevOps show. So let's go over and look at here. And my face is totally blocked by my avatar. Let me go here. All right, let's do that. So, all right, so this job right here is DevOps engineer at Lantec Info Systems in Miami, Florida. Job title, DevOps engineer, developer focus, Python, Go, etc. So you see how important coding is for DevOps, right? It says we're looking for a highly skilled DevOps engineer with a strong development background, proficient in programming languages like Python and Go, and other modern technologies. Ideal candidate will be responsible for automating infrastructure, implementing CI/CD pipelines, and collaborating closely with development teams to ensure smooth, scalable, and efficient deployments. Key responsibilities: develop and maintain infrastructure automation pipelines using Python and Go and other languages. Build, implement, and manage CI/CD pipelines for seamless deployment and monitoring. Collaborate with with development teams to integrate code into staging and production environments. Let me move this over here too. And let me see. Manage cloud infrastructure. Shout out to managing cloud infrastructure like we do over here. AWS, Azure, Google Cloud Platform, and containers, Docker and Kubernetes. We're doing Kubernetes. We did Docker a few months ago. Monitor and troubleshoot application performance and deployments. Create and maintain documentation for processes, tools, and best practices. Ensure security, reliability, and scalability of applications and infrastructure. Participate in on-call rotation to provide support for critical incidents. So the skills required for this. So the skills, listen up. What skills are required for this, right? So proficiency in Python, Go, or other modern programming languages. Experience with Docker and Kubernetes, check, and container orchestration. Hands-on experience with cloud platforms, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud Platform, check. Strong knowledge of CI/CD tools, Jenkins, GitLab, CI, Circle CI, etc. Check. Experience with configuration management tools like Ansible, Terraform, Chef, etc. So no Ansible yet, but Terraform, check. Chef, not yet. All right. Familiarity with version control systems, Git, GitHub, GitLab. So check for Git, check for GitLab, for GitHub. No check for GitLab. I have not used GitLab yet. Right. That's probably the same thing. I've also used Bitbucket. It says solid understanding of infrastructure as code principles. Semi-check on that. Experience with monitoring and logging tools, Prometheus, Grafana, ELK stack. We have installed Prometheus and Grafana on this channel maybe a year and a half ago. Strong problem solving and troubleshooting skills, ability to collaborate, to work collaboratively with cross-functional teams in an agile environment. So that is a super check. Let me see, $55 to $65 per hour, which is a contract role, 1099 contract, 8-hour shifts. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So what I want to also do is if we look for, where do we look for that? Let's say we look for salaries. And we do DevOps engineer. And we do, say, Fort Lauderdale again. So the pay range for a DevOps engineer with all years of experience is between $110,000 to $169,000. And that's the total pay range, right? So that's like the full compensation, I'd guess. So base pay is around $86K to $125K. And then additional yearly pay is between $24K to $44K, all right? The median total pay is $135K. Let's say you had 0 years of experience though, right? So you're looking at, 0 years of experience, come on. Really, all right, so.
Get a move on, back to work, chop, chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work, back to work, back to work.
So we'll finish it up here, but if you had 0, let's say you're entry level-ish and you're trying to get in, you could expect for your total compensation to be between $77K to $136K in the Fort Lauderdale area, right? So, and that's $77K. That is not your base pay, like that, like 50 or 26 divided by 77 is going to be your take home pay. That's probably including your health care and your 401k and all that. So your base pay might be like 65-ish, maybe even a little bit lower, depending on the benefits that they offer. So you got to take all of that into consideration. But to think that you're going to just finish some boot camp and then you're going to go and start applying for jobs making $150K, what? Doesn't happen like that, right? But let's go back to full screen. Let's wrap that one up. And OTTO said that we had like 6 to 8 inches of snow, snowed in for a couple of days, but the roads are travelable again now. So shout out to you up there. Shout out to you. All right. So we are going to jump into our next segment of today. Let me see. We gotta go in here. Cool. All right, perfect. So we're jumping into our next segment for today. Let me go ahead and close out this glass door. But it's always important to do the research on the jobs that you're looking to get into. What's the salary range from base pay and full compensation? Because both of them are important. Because you could see your base pay might be a little bit lower, but your full compensation might be like 30K more because of all the additional benefits. Sometimes it's easier for a company to pay in benefits than it is to be paid in, base pay. So it's just gotta do the math and stuff like that, right? So, let's see. All right, let's do this. Let's go ahead and let's try to. Let me see. Let's try to create this this API thing, all right, or this Kubernetes thing. So, I am going to do. Let's do this. Let's put up a 20 minutes.
Let's go! Let's go!
And let's see if we were to create this. All right, so let's see, where does this so get deployment YAML, get service YAML. So let's do a search for how to create a Kubernetes YAML. So how to write YAML files for Kubernetes. Let's take a look at that one real quick. And this is escala.io. All right. Let me see. So let's take a look at how we do this. So YAML official definition is a human-friendly data serialization standard for all programming languages. YAML's main advantage over other similar formats like JSON or XML is its human readability. All right, we're not going to go through a whole thing on YAML, but let me see. So let me see. A YAML map is how you define key value pairs. Okay, we got that. Here, API version is the kind. All right, got that. So container name ports. Okay. So that's how you create okay, how do you create it for a service though? How to create Kubernetes deployment using YAML. All right, so let's take a look at that. Container, web server. Because we know how to we know how to use the command line to create the deployment, the service and everything like that. But we want to be able to do more, right? So we will how to create a Kubernetes service using a YAML file. So are we creating a service or a YAML? Let me see. All right, let's see. So remember that in the case of a deployment, we are creating a set of resources to be managed as a unit. So a deployment is as a unit. So and also keep in mind that one of the reasons to use Kubernetes is for redundancy in our resources, mainly to achieve replicas and replica sets. Therefore, one of the most common, though not mandatory, specifications in the deployment YAML comes with the replicas. Okay. But what about the service? Now that we have defined our pods and the deployment to create those pods, we need a way of consistently being able to access our pod set, even if the pods themselves are recreated or lost. This and this should be transparent to any application and other pods trying to access it. So basically, all right, so I think then we're going to end up creating the pods anyway. So maybe we can hold off on creating this. Maybe we can hold off on creating this, these YAML files for now until we get there in the course. And then we can actually, let's just do what we did last time, create the pod and try to get the pod to connect to the database. All right. So that being said, we are going to, let me find what I need. Let me see. We need, what's this? So exposing, all right, so define environment variable for container. I don't think it's this one. This is so. All right, so let's see. CubeSet environment. Okay. From a .env in configuration. In Kubernetes pod. Let me see. Where was that we found last time? Let me see this one. CubeSet environment variable. So when you're creating environment variables, there's a few ways to go about it. CubeSet env example with the Kubernetes manifest. So they don't give any details on this one though. Let's see. So let's try this. Let's try this command real quick, right? I want to see what happens with this, right? So let's say we go over here. And I do Control C, and I say kubectl exec. Let's do Kubernetes get deployments. And we do so we say kubectl exec so the deployment name would be udecfe print env. It's 2 spaces. Okay, so that wasn't found. So let me try if I do udc mongo. From server not found pods. Oh, okay. So I need to, sorry, so say udc. So kubectl get pods. Oops, kubectl. All right. So if we were to get this one. We got a bunch of, we have a bunch of, we have a bunch of environment variables here, right? So if I was to do, this, let me see, not Mongo, it's going to be cube CTL set env, and then I want to say database connection equals database connection equals, let's see. Let me see. Where did I have it copied? It was, let me see. I think I know where it is. Hold on. Let me get it from the other screen. So we're gonna go here and we're going to paste. See if that's gonna work. I don't know, because at some point it should have the key value pair, right? No matches for. All right. So let's say we take out. The server doesn't have the resource type database connection. Let's see. And over here. It's not very detailed. All right, so cube CTL resource/name and then key. Let me see how I was looking at it. Let me see how I was looking at it before. Let me see. Where was I looking at it before? Because if all right, resource name/name. So clear cube CTL get deployments. Cube CTL get pods. So if we were to do cube get deployments, so if we say, let's say cube CTL, we're gonna say create deployment, and we're going to say create deployment and udecbe -- image equals tech coach Ralph / udecbe : latest, and we do replicas equals 3. Let's try that. All right, so that created. Good. Now I'm gonna do. Let's check the pods real quick. Cube CTL get pods, and it does not have any. Well, it does have one. So cube CTL get deployments. Let's see, and we have 1 of 3. That's weird. So if we were to do cube CTL set env, and it says that possible resources include case insensitive would be the deployment, the pod, replica controller, no service in there. So let's try to do the deployment, right? So we'll do udec-be, and we shall say database connection equals, and that is going to equal, get it from over here. Let me see. So we're going to say Mongo. Let's put it in quotes, right? MongoDB : / and we're gonna go with, oops, that didn't work out well. Let's go back. Let's get rid of these, and we are going to go to the end, put that, and let's enter. The server doesn't have the resource type udecbe. Hold on. Because it said the resource could be a possible resources include a deploy. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. All right, so let's go to. It's my mouse. All right. Let's go back, and we're gonna go back to. Okay, and that would be deploy. Nope, not here. It's gonna be here. All right, so now let's see if that's gonna work. So deploy /, and let's see what happens. All right, so the environment variable for the UDEC backend environment updated. So if we were to do get, where do you get deployments? Where do we get those environment variables? We had just got the environment variables. Let's see, get pods. Oh, it was okay. It was no, that's for. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Hold on. Where is it? Set environment variable. Maybe it's not here. Anyways, so let's go ahead and let's get a list of those environment variables then. I want to see if it's gonna show up. Get env variables, and let's say udc-be. Oh, kubectl. Let's go with that. Doesn't have. All right, let's go to get. Where did it? I just did the command. Let me see. Let's see what's going on here. I think we're close though. We're close because it said it. So now we just need to retrieve it. Let's go to. So it'd be get set and then get environment. I just had it. Hold on. Let's see. Get env kubectl get env. Let me see. let's do set kubectl set env pods name. For deployment, let's see. Set environment deployment. Okay, I just did that. Where is, so I'm looking over here. Okay, there we go. That's what I need, command set. All right, so env, and I want to do, so this is setting. I want to get though. Get the, so I want to get, and then I want to have env in here. Not run. I want to do get. Where is it? I just did this. I don't know. Let me do history real quick. Because I just got the environment. Set, get deployments, set environment variable. I must be losing my mind because I know
Lunch
I
break!
just did.
Lunch break!
Okay, whatever. We'll figure it out after break. After break, we'll figure it out. All right. So let's go to full screen. And let me see what we got going on in the chat real quick. We got the one, the only, my best friend. Did we just become best friends?
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number
Not
one.
that one. Go away, Kelly. This one.
Did we just become best friends? Yup.
We got Mitch in the building. Mitch says it just gets to a point, dude. You know what, Mitch? You know what? All this time you were saying that, I thought you were writing incorrectly. Just get to the point, dude. But you're saying something else. Something else that, you know what? I have to call back Kelly because she's right.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
What point does it get to, Mitch? What point does it get to that you like? What's going on? What's going on? All right. Because guess what, Mitch? I have a nice, beautiful, juicy, shredded pork shoulder waiting for me. What do you have? Right? Just saying. I'm just saying. Let me see. Says my man, 100 grand. What? Don't acknowledge him. OTTO. Don't acknowledge him. We got your car back in the building. How is DC going for you? Your car with the Kobe emojis. Says what it do. We know that you can't read. You know, I had a comment on one of my videos where the person actually said, you stop making videos because you can't read. I was like, what? I was like,
How dare you?
that's what they told me. I was like, okay. It says beep. All right, they said what? That smoker I heard. Look, Mitch, I give you a lot of leniency as a longtime moderator, but there will be no smoker slander, right? If you want to fight with your car, if you want to fight with Alexis, if you want to fight with Roxy, if you want to fight with OTTO, with whoever, with Rod Brown, go at it, right? But the smoker, after I brought it back from the dead, there will be no smoker. There will be no smoker slander, Mitch. I'm just saying. You'll always be welcome here, but there is no smoker slander because we were on the brink. We were on the ropes. You know how you like to catch some hands, Mitch? We were on the ropes. Thought we were down and out. But yesterday, it rose from the ashes like a phoenix. And we're back at it again. We are back at it again. It says, not the pellet smoker. Yep, it is back. It is back in business. It is back in business, ready to go. Watermelon juice in. It says, I don't know, Mitch. I don't know. I think you fight with everybody. So I'm just throwing it out there that whoever you want to fight with, it is good to go. But there you cannot stand in the smoker, right? It says, and you're sick for trying to play that song all year. You were watching at that time, Mitch. You were watching at that time. I thought you weren't watching, Mitch. I was hoping you were watching at that time. Did you see the part where I talk about the compliments? Where I'm like, I don't know, like whenever I get a compliment, myself gets jealous.
Bruh.
I got competition. So it is what it is. All right. So in our next break, I am going to pull up LinkedIn. And I'm going to go pull up the jobs on LinkedIn, and we're going to search for DevOps engineer to see what let's look for New Jersey. What is going on in New Jersey? Give me a county in New Jersey. I'm going to go with Essex County, I guess. I don't know. Or just do New Jersey as a whole. All right. Let's see what they got in New Jersey. All right. So let me check the rest of the chat, and then we'll look at this job stuff. All right. So, Mitch says, fan of yourself. You're sick. Yeah. Says, I'm always around. I keep trying to tell you. All right, I got you. Hiding out in the clouds, Mitch. I got you. Trying to jump in and say it just. So are you saying that you're watching from the clouds all that time, and then it just gets to a point you can't take it anymore. You just have to say something like, what the is wrong with you? And then you just come in and that's the first thing you say. No, Superman is here. It just gets to a point, dude. I cannot stay quiet anymore. What in the world is wrong with you? I got you. Your car says that I love me. I do love me. It says you don't love me. What's wrong with you? All I know is I love me some me. Says I just want to thank me. Did Snoop Dogg say that? I don't know. I don't follow Snoop Dogg like that. But I'm just saying I appreciate myself. All right. We got so Mitch is in. Are you in Essex? I don't know. I'll search Essex. Essex, New Jersey, Essex County, New Jersey. We got Maddox in the building. What's up, Maddox? Over on the Twitch side of the game. Shout out to you, Maddox. Hopefully you're doing well. And it says, it just gets to a point. See, now I'm catching on. Now I am catching on. I got you. Let me see. I don't know if I should open this. Let me see. I'll check that link in a second. I just want to make sure it's not, actually I can do it. Hold on. Let me check what it is. Make sure that I can't play it. Gotcha. But it's a song, so I'll check it after. I cannot play it because we're not trying to lose any money over here. Right? Anyways, let's go into this. It says look up. It says look up Snoop Dogg thanking himself after he won an award. All right, I will do that. And all right, so let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this real quick. Right, so we're gonna go over to here and put 5 minutes. and DevOps job search on LinkedIn. All right, so I have LinkedIn pulled up over here, and I used to do this like when we first got started, right? And I used to do it to primarily. All right. Mitch knows why I used to do this, so I'll come clean. I used to do this to annoy, I'll say, all the people who said, I'm going to go and get this manual testing job that doesn't exist. So I would always go and look for manual testing jobs, and they could not find any of them. Is the word patronize? Maybe I was patronizing them, saying like, oh yeah, it's somebody saying that they got like 5 manual testing jobs, but when I'm looking for manual testing jobs on LinkedIn, I cannot find one. All I hear is do not come. Right? So, but now I'm going to do it for DevOps, where we will find DevOps roles on LinkedIn. And I want to take a look at, okay, what are some of the jobs? What are the pay? Stuff like that, right? So one thing that I normally do, because I know that all of you out there want these remote jobs but they're saying, you know what? Watch, I guarantee. I won't guarantee, but there is a 75% chance that once I start to mention remote work, Magnetar might show up and say something about remote work, right? It's a possibility. It is a possibility. But let's go to, all right, so what I normally do, I filter out remote and I just do on-site and hybrid. And you only get 2 roles. And even this one, which says that it is remote. Let me see. So let's look at this one. Right? DevOps engineer need local to New Jersey in Newark, New Jersey. Contract hybrid, only green card and U.S. citizens, please. I mean, you could do they give you a word limit that you can't spell this out? It says long-term contract to hire, hybrid 2 to 3 days per week in Newark, New Jersey required. The ideal candidate will possess more than 10 years of experience in software development and DevOps practices. Whoa. So let's not use New Jersey. Let me try Newark maybe. Newark. Newark. Let's see if there's more jobs for DevOps over there. There are, I guess Newark is close to New York, I guess, and Jersey City. So now, what if we were to do, let me see. So 85 results in Newark. That shows you how much I know about New Jersey. I do know that New Jersey is next to Pennsylvania. I did not know that until a few weeks ago when Mitch embarrassingly let me know that that New Jersey and Pennsylvania are right next to each other. So, because I couldn't pull up a map to make sure of that myself. So let's go to experience level, internship, entry level, and associate. All right, so in New York at Epic, I guess that's the gaming company, Epic. 100 people applied because New York is full of people. Please note the position is based on our campus in Madison, Wisconsin, though, and requires relocation to the area. We recruit nationally and provide financial relocation assistance. So although they say New York, it looks like that if you're applying for this, you're applying to move to Madison, Wisconsin, which our uniquely themed campus was designed by heighten your ability. Yada, yada. Anyways, they want a bachelor's degree in CIS, IS, information technology, relocation to Madison, you'll be reimbursed, eligibility to work in the U.S. without visa sponsorship. And that's the whole thing about the H-1B visa that drives me, that I find funny, is that every time I would look for jobs on LinkedIn and stuff and Glassdoor or whatever, all of them say that we don't want to sponsor visas. But then people are going in an uproar about this whole H-1B visa. Anyways, I digress. So preferred experience in one of the following areas: Kubernetes administration, CI/CD frameworks such as GitLab, infrastructure as code framework such as Puppet, Terraform, Ansible, experience scripting programming language like Go, Ruby, and Python. Really cool stuff. Really cool stuff here. Did they say they didn't say a pay range on this one. Let's go to Ridgefield Park, DevOps engineer, cognitive network services.
Get a move on. Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
Let's look at this one. So key responsibility, CI/CD setup and management, whether you're doing like TeamCity, Jenkins, GitHub Actions, Circle CI, you're gonna be responsible for that. Configure and maintain our GitLab CI/CD pipelines, automate, build, test, and deployment of workflows for faster release cycles, containerization and orchestration, deploy microservices using Docker containers, manage and orchestrate containerized workflows on Kubernetes on GKE, implement best practices for observability, monitoring and alerting, system admin and cloud management. Let me see, infrastructure as code, Terraform, which we did a lot of Terraform last year, and we're gonna do some more this year. Security and compliance, implement best practices across CI/CD pipelines and cloud infrastructure using role-based access controls. Look at that. We studied that a while ago and I remembered it, right? Or similar methods. Ensure compliance with relevant industry standards and regulations. Documentation. So minimum qualifications, bachelor's in computer science, computer engineering, or related field. 0 to 2 years of a professional experience in DevOps, software engineering, or a related field. So this one is entry level, right? Because 0 to 2 years of experience, including internship. Oh, look at that. And they even said, you know what? We know that you don't have the experience that you need. So we'll take internships, we'll take co-ops or relevant projects. Familiarity with Linux environments and basic scripting, knowledge of Python, basic understanding of database management and SQL, understanding of version control, Git, and fundamental CI/CD concepts, working knowledge of Docker and Kubernetes environments, eagerness to learn soft complex environments. All right, so that seems pretty good. This role it's starting at between 65 to 95,000. Remember what I was saying. Remember what I was saying, right? When we were looking at it on Glassdoor about the base pay versus the total compensation. So the base pay here starts at 65K to 95K, and then there's bonuses and probably, you know, if this is a full, yeah, it has, if there's bonuses, it's a full-time hire. So look at that base pay, 65K to 95K, based on experience and qualifications. You have a stock option. Look at that stock option. To earn equity into the company and share your growth, and share in our growth. We offer customized healthcare insurance, incentive bonus plans, and flexible paid time off, right? There's growth opportunities for professional development, career advancement, continuous learning, where there's machine learning ops. That sounds pretty cool. And then there's a work environment. Yeah, right? So that seems pretty cool. And then we have one down here, right? 105 to 198, probably a little bit higher than entry level for that one. But you see the possibilities out there, right? You see the possibilities out there. Okay, so let's wrap that one up. Check the chat, and then we're going to get to our last segment of work. Let me see. So all right, got that. It says not an ethics. Hollywood Walk of Fame thing. It is not a song. All right, I'll check that out then. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see what it says. YouTube. Probably save that for the last segment as well. Snoop Dogg. I Thank Me. Okay, I see it. That was recent, actually. All right. He also has a song that's called I Want to Thank Me. Cool. We'll pull it up we'll pull it up after this next working segment. Let me see what else we got. Let me see. It says, did Ralph send you the screenshot I told him to send you? I have absolutely no idea. Zero idea what you guys are talking about right now. That screenshot. All right, I got you. Whoa. Your car. Your car.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
That such hostility here. Says there's a Bape store in New Jersey now. You got to tell me what they have there. I already have what the Bape store has in Beverly Hills. You want to know why I didn't send it to Mitch? Because Mitch doesn't really exist. Mitch doesn't really exist because I have absolutely no idea. Like all I know, the only thing I know about Mitch is that he may or may not live in New Jersey. He may or may not be a data analyst. He may or may not know how to box. But I do know that his avatar is just an M on YouTube. That's the only thing that I can confirm on about Mitch is that his avatar is the letter M. That's all that I know. So that's why I did not say anything. I couldn't send it to Mitch, right? It's not my fault. It is not my fault. Let me see. It's in American Dreamer. That's closer to New York. Says, why do you have to keep telling Ralph that? Telling what? I don't know. Let's say, I said, I haven't been there yet. They got a hockey rink, roller coasters. Oh, Mitch wants to go and ride the roller coasters. He wants to ride the merry-go-round. I got you. Let me see. He says it's going to be a flagship store. So it will have things the other stores won't have. You know what? I'm just going to stick to my black tees and my hats. You know this hat actually changes color in the sun, right? Just saying. Let me see. Says I think about it. What do you do in Jersey? That's a great question. What do you do? There's Jersey Shore that you can go. You know, I think that's the only thing they can do over there. Let me see. All right, we're gonna jump to the last. We're gonna jump to the last segment of the show, and then I'll check the chat. I'll check the rest of the chat because time is running. Time is money. So let's get to it. So let me put up our last 20 minutes.
It's time to do.
All right. Let me take a sip of my. It's not watermelon. This is grapefruit shot. All right. So let's go to we have. Let's go over here. I just wanted to get the. I wanted to get the. All right. So I think it's gonna be. All right. Let's go to. I think it's gonna be get deployment. If it's set. All right. It was set. kubectl set env deploy. All right. So I'm gonna do cube reverse engineering here. kubectl get env deploy udec-be. Let's see if that works. Let me see. There is no need to specify a resource type as a separate argument when passing in resource name. Instead of kubectl get resource. What? So there's no need to specify a resource type as a separate argument when passing arguments in resource/name form. kubectl get resource/resource name instead of kubectl get. What? Okay. Let's see. I know I did this before. Cause I got a long list of stuff. Okay. Let's see. So if I go over here. Get and then name. group name. Let me see. All right, well, whatever. So now, how do we, let me see, go back over here actually. Let me see, can we restart? So we have the environment variable set. Can we, let me see, cube CTL restart deployment. How to restart a deployment or all deployments. Rollout restart. How to restart a deployment. All right, so let's take a look at that. Let me see this rolling update. So if we do kubectl rollout restart deployment and then the name. All right, so let's try that. We are exploring like crazy. Kubectl. And we're going to say roll out rollout restart and deployment name UDEC -B. Oh no, all right, let's try help. And with the help, we have restart a daemon set, restart, okay, rollout, restart -n test namespace in the test namespace. Rollout deployment. Okay, so I can do rollout, restart, deployment / nginx, or not nginx, but you know, the one that we have. So if we say deployment / UDEC -B. All right, so that's restarted. So if I do kubectl get deployment, and all right, let's take a look at the dashboard. Because what the issue that we have is the connectivity. Let's go to deployments. Let's see what's in here. And let's see. Pods. So this is it running or not? Restarts. Let's see. So it has the database connection in here. Started. Do they stay though? Oh, wait, restarts are happening. Created a minute ago. Running. Error. Can I see the error? Okay. We got this. So that, or, okay, so maybe what's happening is that is trying to connect. Let me see. So let's search for how to connect a pod, or how to connect how to connect my microservice. How to connect Kubernetes deployment to a MongoDB deployment. Okay, so connect a Kubernetes deployment to a Mongo deployment. You need to access the MongoDB's service hostname and port within your application pod, typically by using Kubernetes service, and reference it in your application connection string. Ensuring you have proper authentication credentials. So you don't have any authentication via Minikube. Deploying Mongo on Kubernetes via Minikube. So I did all that, got all that. Let me see, we got all that. I don't need that because our Mongo is already up and running. Can connect to it. Okay. Create a headless service of Mongo. Okay. Verify. Let's see. Access Mongo. So access Mongo. Okay, we've been able to access Mongo, right? See, but where do we connect the other application to it? Let's see. Okay, deploying MongoDB and Mongo Express on Kubernetes using Minikube, including secret config map. All right. Oh, let me see. Got all that. Get nodes, check the nodes to make sure. So we deploy Mongo, we got that. Configure it. All right, so now where is this Mongo Express? So I need to know where Mongo Express is going to be passing in the data for it. And maybe maybe doing it through the command line might not be the way that we're going to get it to. See MongoDB config. So metadata MongoDB service. Let me see, configuration and deployment. So they are connecting via config map, Mongo config map. Database URL, Mongo service. So where is Mongo service getting defined then? Let's go to, so just Mongo service itself. Huh. Let's see. Mongo service. So the Mongo deployment. And then in here, they define under MongoDB config, the name is Mongo service. So if we were to, so I was looking at over here, right? Look, so they're doing it in the YAML, which if we don't get this running, we will just table the Urban Dictionary of Economic Data being set up via the command line, and then we'll bring it back up when we get to the using the YAML files, because that way that should work. But it should have, to me, it should work both ways, right? But when you're learning new technology, you have some assumptions that you make that you would believe it would work, but then it doesn't. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So let me see. So let's go back over here. We're going to do get, so kubectl, get service. And the service we have named UDEC Mongo. So I wonder. Try one more thing. One more thing. If that doesn't work, then we are going to table this part of it. But if I take this right here and I get rid of this, right? And I set that. Oh, the server doesn't have a resource type UDC. Oh, hold on. Deploy. Okay. Now, if I go and I do roll out, all right. We do kubectl get deployment. Okay. Load again. Oh, 2 of 2. Okay. Well, now. 3 of 3. 3 of 3. I have never seen this before. I've never seen this happen before. Are we close? So let's do this. Let's do this. We're gonna go and do. We might have to go on. We might have to go for a few minutes now. We might have to go for a few minutes because if this works, we can wrap this up. All right. So let's do. You know what? I didn't expose the port, but maybe it already does. So let's do. Let me open up my WebStorm. Because this is so new, right? We have not seen this happen before. So I am looking at. All right, so I believe now we are going to say kubectl expose deployment udec-be, and we're going to say, I always forget, is it like type or something like that? Let me see. It is going to be -- type. Is LoadBalancer port equals 3500. All right. Now, if we do kubectl get services, and we have this right here. So if I was to go to here and I go to the other screen and I open up my Talend browser and I go to here and 3500. If I was to do a get, will I get something back? No. Why not? So it seems like it's up, but I'm not entirely sure. Because if we do the 127, let me take a look at here. So it's up, right? I can't get to the API yet. Maybe we have to investigate that next week, right? How to actually get to the API. But it's actually up and running. So that's a good thing. Making progress. Let's try to do the front end real quick, right? So let's go and do this. I am going to say, let's clear that out. Say set or cube CTL set env for deploy / udecfe to, and let me open up our WebStorm again for that. And I'm going to say that is going to be let me see.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
We are just going to finish this off before we wrap up for today. We will say equals udec-be colon 3500, I guess. Let's try that. And set that. All right, so now we're gonna do kubectl roll out restart, and it's going to be deploy / udec-be. Okay. Now if we do kubectl get deployments, let's just do this. Or kubectl get services. So let's get rid of this real quick. Kubectl delete service. This one. Delete deployment. All right. And let me see. If we do another one, kubectl create deployment udecfe image. I know why. I don't know if we actually pushed up the image for. I don't know if we pushed up the image for hub.docker.com. I don't know if we pushed up the image for the front end. I know we did the back end. I don't know if we did the front end. And I didn't. Look, I didn't push up the image for the front end. So that is a problem. Got a little bit of time left, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm going to say, so I remember that. Let's go here. We're gonna say Docker images. And we're gonna say, do we have it tagged? Let's see. Goes that one. There goes that one. Where is the here? Okay, so let's do this one. So let's say Docker tag.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Tech coach Ralph slash UDEC dash FE latest. And was that one also the latest? Is that the right one? I want to do the wrong one. Let me see what I named it. Let's go to, oh, I see it there. Just want to separate the front end from the back end because it should be API for the other one. Let me see. Urban Dictionary, Economic Data App, Data App. Okay, yeah, so it is that one because the backend is a lot smaller than the other one, right? So let's do latest. And we're gonna say Docker push tech coach Ralph slash UDEC FE latest. Oops. I said push or putch. All right, it's pushing up. I don't know why that file is so big. Maybe it's Node and stuff like that. I don't know. That's a pretty big file for a front end. I don't know. Okay. So now wait till that's done. While that's happening, I can start setting up my command. So image equals tech coach Ralph slash UDEC FE latest. All right, so we'll have that. Let's wait for it to be done. Still pushing, I guess. I don't know why that file is so big. That's not right. No, that's not right. Push refers to Docker IO. All right, let me check to make sure that it's in there. Let's go and look at over here. Let's refresh this page. It's not there. Why is it not there? Make sure we're logged into Docker. Hold on. Make sure we're logged into Docker. We are logged into Docker. Why can I not? I could probably push the image a different way. Let's get Docker over here. Why can I not push this image? Push Docker out. Let's do that. I'm not a fan of using the user interface, but something weird happened with the push I did from the terminal. But we can, let me see. Let me know what's going on. So I use the the UI to push it. So now let me refresh. All right, there we go. So now if we go back over here and we say udec-fe latest replicas equals 3. Let's go and see what happens. All right, so now if we do kubectl get deployments, and we have that udecfe down. But if we set our environment variables again, and we do another rollout. Oops, shoot, that's not the one I wanted to do. That should be fine though. Let's do that one. Docker, I keep saying Docker. kubectl get services or deployment. So the backend is ready. So, all right, well, I guess if we got our backend up, then next week we will get to the front end because we are so close now. We are so close. We have our backend running. We do not have our front end running yet, but it is close, right? So we're gonna leave it at that. But as you can see, let me make this a little smaller so you can see it. We have our database running, Mongo. We have our backend running, UDCBE. And then now we just need to get our front end working and we'll be good to go. All right. So let's go to full screen. We are going to wrap the show up for today. I thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really, really, really appreciate it always whenever you guys are able to make it. Let me wrap up the show with this saying tomorrow, you really, really want to tune into Candid Conversations. You also want to tune into the large language models, but you want to tune into Candid Conversations because last week, Sunday, I was doing my Scrum night with my tech barbarians, and I get a frantic message on LinkedIn, believe it or not. Yes, on LinkedIn. And someone really, really needed my help. And tomorrow, I'm going to share what I did, which was nothing. Right? So tune in, and I'll give you a whole backstory behind why I don't really help people like that. In fact, sometimes for some people, I will go out of my way to not help them. Right? So you definitely want to tune in. I will be in the chat with you guys. I want to know from you, right? Whether in the chat or in the comments tomorrow, if I was wrong or if I did the right thing. The story will surprise you. But definitely want you to tune in, all right? Let me check the chat as we wrap it up for today. All right, so Mitch only goes to work, says, go to a game and then let me know what sweaters they have. I don't wear the loud colors and all that shark hoodies. I like the more casual clothes and crossover sweaters they do. All right, look at that. We're getting fashion tips from your car on his Bape clothing. It says people don't live in New Jersey, don't understand how New Jersey is set up. I do not live in New Jersey. It says Epic Medical EHR Company. Oh, okay, look at that. Shout out to OTTO on that because I had no idea. I thought that was Epic Games, but I guess they're called Epic Games. Cool. That was a pretty awesome job, I must say. And it says, where is Hell's? Isn't Hell's Kitchen? It says, where is Hell's Kitchen? Isn't Hell's Kitchen in like, search for the H. Isn't it like in Harlem or something like that? I don't know. I know about, I've been to New York a couple of times, right? But I know more about New York from like the Marvel series that they used to have on Netflix. Let's see. Oh, and we have to play that other thing too. Let me see if I can play it right now. Oh, I won't put the video up. Let's see.
Last but not least, I want to thank me.
All right. Well, there we go. I agree with Snoop. They tried to sneak in the Dr. Dre beat and have this. See, I think Mitch tried to sabotage me. I got you, Mitch. I got you. They got nothing. It was only 5 seconds. That's it. All right. No Dr. Dre beat. All right. Let me see. Says it's a neighborhood and a restaurant, Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. Where isn't that? Is that neighborhood in Harlem? Let me see. Where is Hell's Kitchen? It is in New York. It is in Manhattan. It is formerly known as Clinton, a neighborhood on the west side of Midtown Manhattan in New York City. Okay, I was wrong. All right. Says, I know Jersey kicked Native Americans and Black people to the country area, and the rich people make up the area from New York border inland. Says I gotta come visit that area. Let me see. I want to do some shopping. See, that's the only reason your car wants to go. It's not to hang out with Mitch. He just wants to go shopping at the Bape store. Let me see. I'm telling you, car. That's the only thing you know about him is it's an M. The I don't even know if Mitch is his real name, right? I don't know if it's his first name or his last name. You know, it might be his first and his last name. Who knows, right? And Mitch says the proverbial all of you. Okay. The merry-go-round. It says, I heard you wanted to go on the teacup. Shut the up. So I did want to go on the teacup. However, I did not meet the height requirements. I didn't meet the height requirements. You know what I pulled up this morning? I pulled up the I had a crazy laugh. I pulled up the Nutty Professor when Eddie Murphy and Dave Chappelle were going at one another. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Let's see. So did you look up the mall? Tell you he wants to go on a teacup ride. It says, why did you have to taste it? You've been drinking it the whole time. Because I had two, all right? I had two flavors. I had to see which one it was. Let me see. It says, not yet. Mitch is too busy traveling around. It says, I want to ride the Ferris wheel. Let me see. And evil. I'm evil? What are you talking about? It says, Ralph saying random things. And lastly, playing the piano. When he squeezed his hand to make Dave Chappelle sing, I was cracking up. Anyways, that is it for tonight, or for this afternoon. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. I'm about to probably jump on a call in about 30 minutes, and we're going to be jumping on Microsoft Azure, trying to do container deployments and stuff like that. Gonna have some fun, some more fun, all right? But with that being said, we're done. Tomorrow morning, large language models. Tomorrow afternoon, candid conversation on somebody asked me for help, and I did not help them because I'm terrible. Because I'm a terrible person, right? But we'll talk about it in the chat. We're out. Tech Coach Ralph. We are out.
They said I wouldn't make it, they laughed at my dream. Every move I made felt like swimming upstream. But yesterday I met a fan, eyes full of belief. In their gaze I saw the end to my grief.
Doubt didn't win, trust began. Looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heart beats like a drum,
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I saw myself alive. I put in all the hours, climbed out from the dirt. They dissed and dismissed, said I'd always get hurt. Met a fan so loyal, reflections don't lie. My biggest supporter is just me in my mind.
Through the noise and shadows I held my ground. Bumps, bruises, broken, no comfort found. But that friend's smile turned my world around. Now I'm rising sky high above the sound.
Doubt didn't win and trust I began. When I looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heartbeats like a drum fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. Cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. Cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
They say I don't live in reality. In dreams I float like a stream. They say I need to grow up, who cares? Life's a wild, crazy thing. Sorry for thinking you can be successful. Magic in the air we breathe. I believe too much in you, girl, more than the things they preach. They say I don't see their ways, never colored inside their lines. But I'm dancing on the edge to my own rhythm, feeling fine. Not everyone is not me, and that's my favorite part. We are wild, untamed, and free, with fire inside our hearts. Whispering tales of dreams on a road less traveled by. Our footsteps light as feathers in the glowing sunset sky. Sorry for thinking you can be successful. Magic in the air we breathe. I believe too much in you, girl, more than the things they preach. I don't see their ways, never colored inside their lines. But I'm dancing on the edge to my own rhythm, fees they preach. They say I don't see their ways, never colored inside their lines. But I'm dancing on the edge to my own rhythm, feelings they preach. Not everyone is not me, and that's my favorite part. We are wild, untamed, and free, with fire inside our hearts. Whispering tales of dreams on a road less traveled by. Our footsteps light as feathers in the glowing sunset sky. Not everyone is not me, and that's my favorite part. We are wild, untamed, and free, with fire inside our hearts. Whispering tales of dreams on a road less traveled by. Our footsteps light as feathers in the glowing sunset sky. Whispering tales of dreams on a road less traveled by. Our footsteps light as feathers in the glowing sunset sky. Not everyone is not me,